afternoon, everyone. This is the regular meeting of the Blight Review Board, and in room 206 of Town Hall. It's now 5:35. First, may I ask for a motion to approve the minutes of May 9 of 2025 previously submitted. Mr. Burke, yeah, thank you, and Mr. Cameron seconds. Any changes, edits, corrections? And then in favor, that's 3 of us, and that's unanimous. Thank you. At this point, I would like to go into executive session, so if I could ask either of you gentlemen to move that we go into executive session. I would like to discuss potential litigation concerning files 17011 and 17019.
So moved.
Mr. Cameron, thank you. Mr. Burke seconds. All in favor, thank you. We'll be back to Channel 79.
We're working on
TV
that.
camera need
Yeah,
that?
no, it's okay. It's
Okay,
coming up.
good. Oh, yeah, okay. And that foreclosure's been filed.
It has.
Okay. Any need to update the lien? I think we did that.
That was,
Lien on property.
121.25,
Okay.
I believe. Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's not.
Something happened. Oh, that's when the Board of Selectmen
Yeah.
voted to proceed.
Right.
Last lien appears to be March of 20, no, that can't be, right, 22. Marshal Service.
Yeah, there's only, there was a $23,600 lien which was filed, and then through a series of reasons or excuses, the board never voted to continue the liens until February 13th of this year.
This year, interesting.
So
Okay.
that adds an additional $14,600 to the original $23,600.
Yeah. So 6 months will obviously be in August.
Yes.
So maybe at our next meeting, we should,
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking.
okay, good. All right, then next.
17011.
17-0, okay, we've seen picture, let's see. I know, since I go by it regularly, I know there is a dumpster there. Is this there?
No.
Oh, is this one? Okay.
This is,
I'm sorry, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yes,
This
all
is-
right. So this is one we did discuss in executive session. I raised the prospect of moving forward with a foreclosure on this property. It is occupied, but we do have reason to believe that it is highly congested, a personal property, really the subject of hoarding, and that is very dangerous. We happen to have had a recent example, Mr. Cameron brought to my attention, of the death of a lady in the property somewhere upstate, who he couldn't get out, as I understand it, because of the hoarding situation. And I just don't want to be responsible for our missing an opportunity to get that situation changed in this property. So I believe our only recourse now, we have been fining the property owner since at least 2022, I think. Liens are 50, 70, 90, it looks like over $100,000. And so I would favor proceeding with foreclosure, or our recommending to the Board of Selectmen that they proceed with a foreclosure. And I wonder if anybody would move such a motion.
I will move.
Okay.
I will second
it. Okay. Any further comment either of you gentlemen want to make on the subject? Are we?
No, other than, nothing other than, I hope that the owner, occupant, will sit up and take notice of this situation and avail himself of any help that might be available. But I agree that initiating this procedure will necessitate that he address what is very dangerous, may well be a very dangerous situation for him.
Good, okay.
Can I ask a question of Ally? Is there, from a human services point of view, is there anything that you can do if you know or suspect that somebody is hoarding to protect them from themselves, in effect?
Well, quite a few years ago, when this case first came on, like in 2017, and Bobby Bush and I went out to meet with him for quite a while, and if there's no way that we can see inside of the house, so you don't know if there's hoarding conditions.
Right.
And he even went as far as to speak with the state, what is it, Hank, the state fire marshal's office? Is that what it?
Yeah. I
To
believe
see if
so.
he could get, I don't know what the terminology is, but to see if he could get an order so that they could enter the premises. And they said no, because there's no way, since all the windows were blocked up, there's no way to prove that there's hoarding inside, even regardless of what you see outside. So there was nothing that could be done. And he did not want us to go into the residence.
So as a legal matter, it seems to me, and I should defer to town council on this, but we are moving also because there are substantial fines, and that has been a criterion we have used before. And we should have an opportunity in those litigation proceedings to learn more about the situation. I would think a court would permit access to the property, but that's up to a judge. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. But I have real concern for the property owner, and so, anything else? All right, then calling the motion, all those in favor, recommending foreclosure to the selectmen. That's unanimous, thank you. Okay, Mr. Ferentz.
17019. And nothing's changed here except the weeds are growing.
It's more overgrown than ever, right?
Yeah, this is the worst I've seen it.
Yeah, and so this was also a topic of conversation in executive session, and I raised the prospect of proceeding with a recommendation of foreclosure, and for various reasons, including that the fines are not yet too substantial, and it isn't all that, we haven't been imposing fines for too long. I think we're going to reconsider that after the end of the summer. But we have been talking to the property owner for years now, and every now and then there's a step forward and then a step backward, seemingly. We've seen dumpsters before and nothing happened. We've got one now, nothing seems to be happening. So, for those reasons, I hope we will revisit that in September, but nothing further to do, I don't believe, unless the gentlemen want to make a motion.
You were suggesting we might contact the homeowner and let them know that we will address that potential issue in September?
Yes, we did discuss that, and I think that's a fine idea. Not required in our legal process, but I think we should address the homeowner, let her know we will be addressing that issue in September, and would love to see real progress made before then. Okay, Mr. Ferentz, that one falls to you.
Of course.
Right.
Next is 18004.
Can I interrupt for a second? I just remembered something from 2017, back to that case 17011.
Yeah.
I also made a referral to Protective Services for the elderly, and they would not open the case because we had no evidence that there was hoarding inside.
Yeah.
So, just
Okay.
thought that was important to share too.
Yeah. And I didn't recite, just no reason we can't go back to that. I did not recite the items of Blight, but I think the photo makes it clear that there is, unused construction equipment, there is substantial overgrowth, there is debris, there is I think we've confirmed it's an unregistered vehicle in the driveway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those alone are issues of Blight, any two of which bring it within our jurisdiction. And as I said, the fines are now in six figures. So, okay.
And again, that was 17001?
Yes.
I'm sorry, 17011?
011, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ferentz.
All right, 18004. And Nothing has changed here in the last month. We've still got the scaffolding outside the house.
Yeah,
We've still got the containers and the tractor and that construction trailer and a boat over here with a boat, well, 2 boat trailers.
yeah.
Over here, we've got part of a boat, an old camper, I guess, and all the way to the left, there's a tent which is falling apart.
Constitute debris, if you ask me, of which there seems to be plenty on that property. He's really using it for commercial purposes, which is a violation of its own stuff. But for our purposes, the blight continues, the foreclosure proceedings are underway, the fines continue, so not much more we can do there.
Okay.
Next,
21001. And nothing's changed here. Somebody's cutting the front lawn, which I mentioned last month.
yeah,
I have a suspicion it's the neighbors, because they're just tired of looking at it.
yeah.
But, I mean, the back half of the property is probably 6 feet in the air there, with the overgrowth.
Yeah,
Um,
and was there vegetation growing on the?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
mold on this part of the siding. There's moss growing on the roof.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
looking at the other side of the property towards the back, that's all overgrown, as you can see. And there's vines growing up the side of the house.
Yeah. Okay. So the blight continues?
Is that under foreclosure?
Yes.
It is.
Okay then, and fines continue, so.
Yes,
Okay.
and then we have 23001. And
Oh, yes.
no changes here.
Okay.
Uh,
Fines have commenced.
Yes, shingles are missing off the roof. There's plants growing in the gutters now. We got vines that, I thought he had cut the vines off at the base so that they'd stop growing, but they're back.
Yeah.
So we have that problem again, even though he put up a fence.
Right.
And then we have the
The car.
car with the flat tire, which is hiding the majority of the garage, but as you can see, the roof is still in distress and covered. And just hiding the blight does not solve the problem.
Right.
So the
There's
problem
still
still
that.
exists. Oh, and that car, by the way, is unregistered.
Unregistered, right, that's key.
Yeah,
And whatever is visible, from the public way,
yes. that-
is our criterion, and there's clear light that way, so.
And these pictures are all shot from the street itself, not from
Yes,
behind
sir.
the property?
Oh, yes.
All on Monday.
Good.
Okay.
Have you been involved in any other proceedings concerning this property?
I have not.
No hearing officer, nobody's contacted?
No, I haven't heard a thing.
Okay, okay.
Did we receive an affidavit from the homeowner on this issue?
We have a complaint against our finding of blight, yeah.
And how does that proceed?
Well,
Where?
that necessitated the Board of Selectmen to appoint a hearing officer. I believe that was John Ryan, or is
Yes.
John Ryan?
That's my understanding.
But I guess that had to happen within 30 days of receipt of the complaint. I don't know that there's any other time frame required for a hearing, so, you know, maybe that's why nothing's happened so far, I don't know.
And if there's a hearing on that, how would that proceed? Would we be
That would
called?
be new to me. I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think they go kind of on the papers, the minutes of our meetings. Mr. Ferentz might be the spokesman for us, testifying as to what has happened and what he's done and seen and all that. But it's, we haven't had that experience yet, so we'll have to see. Okay, next up.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. All right. And last time around, you were hoping to quell some issues that were percolating, but nothing has come.
They're still percolating,
Oh,
and there's more. But
Yeah.
the majority of them are, you know, my neighbor's grass isn't cut, and there's wildlife. Well, wildlife happens, I'm sorry.
Right,
So, nothing for you guys.
okay. Only when you need to have a determination of a blight condition, do you need to bring it to us, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well,
And most people that I send a letter out, you know, your grass is too long, or your bushes need to be trimmed, or whatever, and the majority of them take care of it within a week.
yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Good. Okay then, anything further to discuss?
Do we have an August meeting, Mr.
We
Chairman?
do not.
We do
It's our vacation month. So, second Wednesday of September, whatever that is. We will convene again. In the meantime, I would entertain a motion. Who's going to be first?
I will.
There you
move
go.
that we
Oh, Mr.
adjourn,
Cascade.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Burke seconds, and we are adjourned. Thank you.